everybody, welcome back and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have fun plans for the day or the evening, whether it be just wearing your favorite green shirt. I have this is my St. Patrick's Day green shirt on, or whether it be maybe going out on a pub crawl tonight. Hope that you have a great St. Patrick's Day. And to help you celebrate, I have created this kind of wearable green eye look that you could wear out this evening or just for the rest of your St. Patrick's Day if you want to try to kind of experiment with some makeup. I primarily just use kind of like an olivey green color and gold for my eyes, so if you have any sort of olive or darker green color, that would be probably best and the most wearable. But even if you maybe have some brighter green eyeshadow that you have stashed somewhere that you never wear, this is of course the day to break it out. So if you want to recreate this St. Patrick's Day look, keep watching. Alright, so to get started, I've already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and so then I'm going to go right in with my green shadow. I have to say the Lorac eyeshadow in Lush, and that's going to go into our crease. So we're going to start by just taking a Sigma E70 medium angled shading brush and just working that into the crease. And as you can see, this is like a really nice darker, like olive, like military camo green color, so it's not really like a super Kelly green bright, which would be probably a little bit too strong for an eye look. Something like this is a little bit easier to blend in with browns or gold, so it is a little bit more wearable. And you obviously, the more you blend it in, the more wearable it is. Then actually on the lid, we are going to go in with the Maybelline Eye Studio number 5 palette, Gimme Gold, and we're going to go in with this really yellowy gold color right here, and we're going to take the Sigma E55 eye shading brush and just kind of pack that right on the mobile lid. So just kind of pat that down. You don't necessarily need to swipe or rub. And this is not really going to be quite, it's not going to be completely blended in with the green to kind of give a little bit of separation. And then once you have the color as strong as you want it, then we will go in with a, I have here a tapered blending brush, eyeshadow brush, and we're just going to kind of gently blend that in just to make the colors not too, make them so that they're blended just on the crease, not actually over the entire lid. It's just very gently and carefully. Okay. And if you feel like you need a little bit more green to pop, you can definitely put a little bit more of that on. And I would even blend the green a little bit on the top too to kind of make it so that the edges disappear. Okay, and then just to brighten the look a little bit, we're going to go in with the white shade in this Gimme Gold palette here. And I'm just going to take a small pencil brush, my E30 Sigma pencil brush, and just take that on the top of the brow bone. And that'll just keep the look really bright and fresh. And then I'm just going to bring it kind of into the crease a little bit, just in the inner corner. You know what, I wasn't going to, but I think I'm going to just take a little bit of that green underneath the eye too. I think that would really kind of pop, and we're just going to keep it right in the outside corner, but just kind of take that same, you can wipe off that same Sigma E30 pencil brush and just put a little bit of product just right on the outer corner, just to kind of meet the green. So you can kind of pull that up to meet the top here, just on the outer corner. And we can clean it up with concealer afterwards, but you don't want to make it too far down. Just still keep it pretty close to the lash line. And I'd say you can go about halfway underneath the eye with that. And then after that, we can take a little bit of the gold that we put on just the mobile lid and just work a little bit of that with the pencil brush just under in the middle part of the eye to kind of meet up with the white. So probably about a quarter of the way in from your eye to about 3/4 of the way out. And it doesn't actually have to be that precise. That seems kind of ridiculous using fractions here for our under eyeshadow. It can definitely be fluid. This is just whatever feels right for you. And you can skip the underneath if you feel like this is getting a little bit too crazy. And I would take just, let's see, I would take that tapered blending brush and just one swipe outwards to kind of blend that. You wouldn't want to swipe in because that'll bring that green color too far in. Just to bring that out and blend it. And we can go back in and blend more if we want to later. Then for eyeliner, we're going to do more of like a smudge liner, but first to actually go in, we have the Modello Company Eye Define Crayon Liner, and I believe this is just black here. Ooh. And I actually got this in my Ipsy, and I've only used it once before. I'm gonna bring my mirror a little closer here. I've only used it once before, but it turned out pretty nice and pretty well stayed in place throughout the day. I'm not huge fans of pencils. Usually I sometimes feel like they're a little bit too hard to actually apply, but this one's not too bad. Just have to be a little bit more patient. And we're just gonna keep that on the top line. On the top lashes, rather. I'm then going to take my Sigma E65 small angle brush and just smudge that in and make sure we're really filling in any area so that no skin shows through. If you need to add a little bit more product to cover the skin, go for it. And you don't necessarily need to blend it too far upwards because we want to still be able to see that gold. But this will just make it a little bit softer and smokier. And you can even go in with a gray or a brown instead. I just happen to have this. Okay, if you want to put something on your lower waterline, you can definitely go ahead and do that, but I think I'm actually just going to leave mine how it is so it doesn't get too bold. Again, we're looking for a somewhat wearable look here, even though I've already gone a little bit crazy with underneath eyeshadow. Let's go in and start working on the face. I have the Porefessional Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores. This is one of my favorite primers because it has a really nice like silicone finish, and it really keeps the skin more mattified throughout the day than a lot of other primers. Nothing really particular for foundation here. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, but really just whatever works for your skin. I'm just going to put that on with a damp beauty blender because we kind of want the focus to be more on the eyes than necessarily the skin. So just with a damp beauty blender, I'm going to work that in. This used to be one of my favorite foundations for on camera, but since so many other lines have come out with some really awesome products, this hasn't necessarily been my favorite, but when you kind of just need an everyday foundation, this one is very nice. It just takes a little bit more product to cover. It kind of, I think describes itself as, I believe, medium coverage. I can see on the package here what it says. I don't think it says exactly what coverage it is, but it claims it's medium, and I would probably say it's a little bit more sheer until you build it. But once you've kind of gotten it worked in, and if you want a little bit more full coverage, you can go in with a flat foundation brush instead. But this is one I go back to from time to time, especially if I want a liquid foundation. This is actually probably just a teensy bit dark for my skin right now, so I'm just going to work that down a little bit onto the neck as well. And because it is a little bit more sheer of a formula than other foundations, if you just want to kind of put one thin layer across the skin, it'll definitely let a lot of your skin show through, or you can kind of build where you want the most coverage. It definitely is very dewy, as you can see my skin. You know, it doesn't like dry down to a very matte finish. It's a little bit more luminous, which isn't always great for oily skin. It just kind of depends on what kind of a look you're going for. Okay, blend that down onto the neck. Alright, we are now going to go in with our highlighter. I'm not looking to do any crazy, super defined look, so I'm pretty much just going to highlight, maybe do a little bit of a powder contour with bronzer, but I'm not going to go in with anything heavy. Today I just have the Revlon Photoready Concealer in Fair. So I'm just going to conceal under the eyes, in the center of the forehead, down the center of the nose, around the nose, Cupid's bow, and on the chin. And just because we have we have shadow under the eye, just kind of be careful with where you put that. If you need to clean up the edges a little bit, you can go ahead and do that, or you can kind of let the color go down further, just however far down you want the color. I'm just going to keep it kind of thin under the eyes here. Okay, now that I've gotten that where I want under the eyes, I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender to blend the rest of the highlight out. Okay, and we want that under eye concealer and really all of our highlight to stay in place all day, so we're just going to go in with a Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm just using a small eyeshadow brush just to set under the eyes, and then I'll go back in with a larger kind of fluffy brush over the rest of the skin. I have a larger like powder foundation brush that I'm going to take to just kind of press that Laura Mercier in over the skin, pretty focusing on where we highlighted, but because this is pretty much the last powder product we're going to use, I'm just going to set a little bit over the rest of the skin so that that foundation stays in place. Since we've set that on the skin, we are going to go in and just do a little bit of contour with the Bahama Mama bronzer. I'm just going to take a tapered blending brush just because I have a smaller version of it, and just go in with the hollows of the cheekbone and over the forehead. And then take that same powder foundation brush that we used to set our foundation, or to use the setting spray, and we're going to use that to just blend out the contour. Alright, and then to add a little bit of color on the cheeks, I'm going to take my Ofra Cosmetics. I just got a sample size of this peach blush, and I feel like that would kind of complement the green. So we're going to take an angled blush brush and just take some of that peach on the apples of the cheek. Oh, and it's even a little bit shimmery also. Oh, it's very, very high shine, which is actually nice. I probably won't even really need a highlighter. Okay, very nice. I do want my eyeshadow a little bit blended out. I feel like it's looking a little bit too strong. So I am going to take a tapered blending brush, or just a larger blending brush. Let me make sure I have any other product off of there. And then I'm going to go in and just blend the edges of the green here. It's looking just a little bit too dark. And I'm going to blend a little bit underneath. I feel like it's a little bit too harsh underneath as well. Alright, now because that peach blush has a lot of kind of natural shimmer in it, I'm not really going to put anything else on the cheekbones. I'm just going to put a little bit of this e.l.f. Illuminating Palette, the white color, on my Cupid's bow. And just a little bit on the tip of the nose. Okay, and I lied. I'm going to put a tiny bit on the tops of the cheekbones, just whatever's left on my brush. Okay, now let's go in with brows. I'm not going to do a heavy brow because, again, the focus is more on the eyes, so I'm just going to brush through with a spoolie and use a tinted brow gel. You can use a powder or a pencil if you prefer, just whichever looks a little bit more soft. I kind of would maybe stay away from the pencil and just go in with either a tinted gel, a powder, or you could even just do a clear brow gel. Okay, once your brows are as full as you want them to be, we're then going to go in with lashes. I have today the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara, and I believe just in jet black. And it has a really big wand. This is actually, I think, just a sample size that was in one of my Ipsy bags. And if you have really fine lashes, this probably won't work as well for you because you probably need a much smaller applicator. I like to actually pair this mascara with another one. Like kind of use it as to build, so I'll just put like a coat or two of this on and then go in with a much thicker mascara. I kind of go in with this one first to get some length, and I wanted to kind of use this mascara to use something a little different. And similarly with the eyeliner, if you want to go in with a brown mascara instead, that will kind of complement the gold and the green colors that we used on the eyes. Okay, so once we put that mascara on, then if you are happy with where the lashes are, you can stay right there. I just want them a little bit more full, so I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, the waterproof one, and just put like a coat or two on top just to really make them really full. But again, you can definitely skip this step if you want, or if you're putting false lashes on, you can then put those on. Just make sure once you put the false lashes on that you brush like even a thin mascara through so that they all the false lashes and your real lashes blend together. And as I've said in my other videos, this Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara is really, really great if you feel like your lashes just aren't looking as full or as thick as you want them to do. If you're looking for more of that really full fringe look and you're just not getting it with your mascara, but don't want to switch maybe right away, you can always pick up one of these or even a smaller sample size of one of these and just add it as your second coat. So again, once you, you know, kind of keep adding mascara until it's your level that you want it, you know, as thick or as full as you want your lashes. I'm then going to go in with another Ipsy product. I've been using so many of them today that or at least that I got in my Ipsy bag. I have the Tarte, let's see, Tarte Heist Lip Paint. It's just a little one here, and it says, the color, it says in the bottom, MED6. I'm not sure if that's the color. Oh, here we go, I'm sorry. It's, the color is Delish, like as in delicious. So this just has a really little tiny applicator. It's more of a, like a brown, like deep pink. I'm just gonna use that, and then I'm gonna go back in with a really peachy lip gloss on top, but I'm just gonna set this one kind of as the base here. And it's actually pretty close to my natural lip color. But when it dries down, it's a little bit more brown. Okay, and I'm actually gonna let that dry for a second before I go in with the gloss, just to let that liquid lipstick set. I'm gonna go in and set the rest of my skin with the Urban Decay DeSlick Makeup Setting Spray. Okay, and then I'm going to go in. This is actually, I believe this is the Victoria's Secret Lip Gloss. I'm not sure exactly what shade it is. I'm trying to see if I have the shade on here, but it's just like a shimmery peachy color. And now that my lips are fairly dry, I'm just going to focus this more on the center of the lip, just to add, ooh, a little bit of other lipstick on there, just to add a little bit of more of a peachy tone to the lip, to kind of complement that peach that we put on our lips. And oh my god, that is just like the most shimmery blush I have ever seen. Okay, I'm just gonna dab a little bit in the center. Okay. Okay. And if that's too shimmery for you, you can just leave it with the liquid lipstick. I just think it kind of, like I said, that peach kind of picks up the other peachy colors we have in our makeup look. So this is the completed St. Patrick's Day wearable green eye makeup look. I'm actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm actually kind of almost second guessing the gloss too. But what do you think? Comment below, let me know, and let me know what your favorite St. Patrick's Day look is. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Please like and subscribe.